Coach Dale Hooper's been nice enough to join us, along with Alex Alton and Scotti Velasco are here with us. And Coach, we're almost there. At least, I mean, it's a nice middle of the road from the beginning of camp in game number 1, right?
That is correct. We're pretty excited to hit someone different beside ourselves. So I know our kids are fired up about it. It gets, I'm always giving my boys a hard time about don't be brother-in-law on them, because they get tired of hitting each other, and so you see them sometimes they'll lighten up on it because they're like, man, Coach, I just hit him full blast 10 plays in a row. I'm tired of getting, so it's going to be nice to hit someone different.
Yeah, I'd have to imagine. Not only that, you're going to see a good football team, too.
Yeah, Cruces, I think, is definitely one of the top-tier teams. They always are, but I think this year they're really going to be good. I know they graduated their Miller, who's, the kid is an amazing athlete through high school. The ex-coach is Coach Miller, his son. But they returned pretty much their whole team, so they're going to be pretty good. And I don't know, they're not going to change anything. One of the coaches has been there for a long time under Miller. He took over, and they're not going to change anything what they do. And I know they're expecting big things out of them. And everyone I talked to down there in the Cruces land they're saying the same thing. So.
Yeah. Well, we got Alex Alton here, who, I know his name from track and field plenty, and. Alex, what has Coach got you out there doing this year? And I get the feeling I got a couple of defensive guys here today, right?
Yes.
Sir.
Yeah, because we've had a little mix. We had offense and defense.
Hey, Alex is offense too now.
Oh, are you offense too now?
I got about everything this year.
Okay, so it's a little bit of both for you. What positions are you doing on both sides?
Right now, I'm at safety and slot receiver at H.
And we didn't see much at receiver last year, right?
No, this is the first year I'll be at slot.
How do you like it? How do you like playing some offense?
I like playing offense. It's a change. I get to catch the ball and be kind of the person that everybody sees. It's nice.
And then guys like Scotti get to hit you out there, right?
Yeah, he found out yesterday.
Was it one of them crosses?
Yes.
Yeah, that's great stuff. I love football.
But I'm sure as safety, you get to get out there and do the hitting as well. That's got to
yeah.
be getting a little bit of both. That's got to be kind of nice, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Scotti, you're switching things up a little bit this year, right?
Yes, I moved from D-line to middle linebacker now. So I really love playing middle linebacker, doing run fits and covering slot receivers. So I'm really liking it.
Well, yeah, and I mean that's a position that, boy, we've had some really good linebackers the last few years, and you kind of you're stepping into that role this year. We saw, you were a beast on the defensive line last year. You were fun to watch. Seemed like when there was a sack, we were probably calling out Scotty's name last year.
That's right.
What do you find maybe the most difficult or the best part of transitioning to the middle linebacker?
It's a lot more fast-paced than D-line because it's a lot shorter distance to the quarterback. But, it's pretty easy transition from D-line to middle linebacker. So.
All right, very good. Well, I ask you guys, Coach Q, new defensive coordinator. Scotti, how do you like working with Coach Q?
Oh, I love working with Coach Q. He really pushes me every day and gives me confidence in myself and trying to do the best I can every day.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, how about you?
Coach Q really knows what he's doing. He's a very smart man. He being an offensive coordinator too, it really helps him know what to do with the defense because he can just figure out and he knows what the offense is going to do and he can just counter it. And he puts in a lot of work. He does a lot just on the film aspect with the huddle. He shows us all, so we learn a lot with that. He's a very good defense coordinator. Puts in a lot of hard work.
Coach, it seems like he's been a huge addition to your staff this offseason. You've talked about him plenty, and
yes.
I've had nothing but exemplary things to say about what Coach Q brings.
Yes, I've been pretty blessed in having some pretty darn good coordinators, and Coach Q, he's a man I've been trying to round up for quite a while, and I'm glad to have him here in our community, and he's done a great job, and he does. He knows. He's been a head coach and he's had a coach at all. So a lot of these people look at these bigger programs and they think, oh yeah, they so and so they must be the best coach of the state and stuff. But that's not always the case. Some of these small school coaches, they're the ones that really can have to coach because they have to coach every position and know every position. And sometimes in these bigger schools, you have so many high quality coaches. you're lucky to be an expert at one position, and that's definitely not Coach Q. They're in a position on the field he doesn't know, and that's a blessing. It definitely is, and he gets after these kids too. So that way, I'm not the only one getting after him, because Coach Q he'll get on these kids. We're trying to grow these young men into our future leaders in our community and in the nation, and we're not going to baby them. We don't want to have them graduate as little boys. We want them to graduate as young men. That's for sure.
Yeah, both these guys over here are shaking their head and smiling.
Yes,
You both would agree with that statement about Coach Q getting on you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've talked to you since training camp started. I mean, I've talked to you, but how have you felt like the first week and half so of practice has gone?
You know what? It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I like I say, I love football so much. It's been a blessing. We've been showing up early in the morning doing our conditioning. Kids are getting fitter. I think since I'd say this is my fourth season. I don't know if we've ever been as fit as we are right now as a team, and we're still not where we need to be. We have our workout planned exactly what we're going to be to what we were peaking by districts, and but as of right now, we're probably the fittest we've ever been as a team as a whole. Practice-wise, we've been covering offense and defense every day. We do have kids that are learning more in one position this year, and that's different. It's not necessarily that we're trying to make kids have to start both ways, because that's not the case. But they for sure have to learn two positions. And that's
it's just preparedness after what happened last year with people being as prepared.
That's
for
right.
Both sides,
when we hit that district and we lost as many players as we lost, and it just happened to be all from one position, that really put a bind on us. And we're making sure we work that. And we got Alex here. Alex is a pretty special athlete. He can play pretty much about anywhere. He's safety, corner, and slot, running back, and I mean he'd be another running back I could throw in there also. And he's got great hands, and it's nice to watch him and Gerber work that slot position. And
that's your two safeties too.
That's right. Running back will be a surprise tomorrow. You'll see tomorrow. It's pretty exciting to watch, and I guarantee you, everyone comes out, they'll get a good show tomorrow to watch this young man run the ball, and watch Alex and Gerber come out of that slot position. You definitely better be honoring their honor. I mean, I don't know. They both can fly. They both of them remind me of Marcelo. I always bragged about Marcelo, and when Kyle hands the ball off to him on our motions, our jets and stuff, it's just he just looks over at me and smiles. It's like, wow, look how fast they move, and it's exciting.
That's high compliments. I mean, because you guys both saw how fast Marcelo Barrientos was last year.
Yeah.
So when you hear coach say things like that, that's got to make you feel pretty good, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Running against him in track and stuff too. He's always somebody I've always tried to beat.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he was certainly an incredible athlete. Talk about the conditioning in the football program and how much that's helped you, not just in football but also in track and field. Has that been something important for you?
We've definitely conditioned a lot more this year. I think it's more important. It's needed with the guys that we have that are going to have to be playing two positions and doing a lot more work and stuff. Personally, I think I need more conditioning. And because I have to play two positions, so I'm definitely going to need it.
But you like to hear your players say that they need to continue to keep working at it.
It's unbelievable practice. I mean, the kids, they don't complain. They just line up and they do it, and it's great. They know what we have to get done, and then we run in the morning, and normally every day we run in the evenings too for something. And we finish our running, and so we condition pretty darn hard. These kids are running, and it's pretty nice to see, because there's times, everything we do is on time. And so when I see the times when we first started till right now, it's not even the same category, and they're doing it. And so, we keep tightening up them screws. So we'll see.
Yeah. But again, both guys laughed at that. Scotty, I'm guessing that the extra running may be having to do with not doing something exactly the way the coach wanted you to, right?
Yes. It feels like every play there's something that I've done wrong, but I mean, but now, like, later in the summer, I'm getting the catch on it. It's a lot less mistakes. I'm really progressing. So
yeah, and of course the coaches are just wanting you guys to get it perfect, and so when it comes game time, y'all are prepared, right?
Oh yes.
If it ain't perfect, it ain't right.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Going back to the conditioning part of it, compared to where you were maybe as a freshman or a sophomore to where you are now, where do you feel like? Is it just ages ahead of where you were?
I'm so progressed from my freshman year. It's just ridiculous.
And of course, this is these are a couple of guys. I mean, we talk about this going into your 4th year. I mean, this is a group that have been under your coaching. And I think more importantly, probably the conditioning more than anything else, the weight room. Man, I'm sure since you came as a freshman, that was the first thing that Coach was preaching to you guys, right?
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah.
These are my boys. This is my group right here. 4 years I've had them all through high school, and it's been pretty proud to coach them. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know that was the first thing that you were talking about when you came in, is you wanted the weight room to be the number one thing, and the condition, not just weights, but obviously we talk about running and all that other stuff.
Everything. And again, you've heard me say it on here before. I'd put our weight program against anybody in the state, bar none. And I would. Our kids, they know how to lift, they know how to squat, they know how to power clean, and of course they love the bench, and we'll do our bench. But I'm more of the squat, power clean kind of guy, and we get after it. That's for sure. And our squats they're off the charts. I'm proud of that, and whether they know it or not, but track and stuff, it benefits them so much. Them getting them hips and that backside built up, it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
I'll let you guys talk about this. And Scotti, your linebacking buddies. I mean, who are the ones that are going to be there in that linebacking core, you think, with you this year?
Treat is he's a junior, and he's really, really good. Me and him pair up really well. And then we have Trujillo, Andy Trujillo.
Andy.
And
sophomore.
he's a sophomore, and he's really, really good on outside linebacker.
Long line of Trujillos.
Oh, yes.
Yes. And he swears he's going to be the best of them, so we'll see.
Hey,
we'll see.
I was going to say that, and that's a lofty one to live up to between Santi and Jesse, and gosh, I'm sure I'm missing another one in there.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Is Freddie, right? Freddie?
Yes, Freddie.
Yeah. Goodness, yeah. So we've had just a few to talk about there, and Alex, your secondary. I know we talked about Jacob being your secondary buddy. Are there a couple other guys out there that are going to be helping you out, or?
Yes, we got Josh Richardson, Michael Dykes, Caleb, and then Jalen Bateman. I think all 4 of those play the position really well, and I think it'll be good to have those 4. It will be deep in that position because Jalen's going to be running back and stuff. So, I mean.
You just spoiled my secret, man. Come on, dude. Well, now you got to know. Come watch Jalen Bateman run the ball tomorrow.
There we go.
That's pretty darn special. You're killing me, son. I was keeping that a secret. But anyway, and then, of course, his biggest one, you go ahead and finish talking in about Gerber, too. You missed.
Yeah.
Oh, go back. Me and Gerber, we've played together in the secondary since freshman year, and just love playing with him. Me and him just fly around and just cause havoc and stuff,
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, he's killed.
Coach is just messing with him, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I really am messing with him. I tell you what, guys, it is pretty special to watch Jalen. I've talked to you about him before, and last year when we were running a scout team, I'd make Bateman run a scout team quarterback and stuff, and I mean, son of a gun, he'd gash our number ones, and so always in my mind I'm thinking, that's my running back, And now that we got him running back there, it's pretty fun to watch him. Boy, he could. That little boy can scoot now. I'm telling you, I don't care what his 40 time is. Which is pretty good anyway. But it don't matter when he gets the ball. He looks really fast. So
there's stopwatch speed, then there's field speed.
Yeah, that's right.
Sometimes there's a little bit of a difference.
So it's fun to watch little Bateman run that ball. That's for sure.
Talk about another family that's got some spectacular athletes that have come through Alamogordo High School as well. So
yes. Yeah.
Always kind of cool to see that.
Yeah, his brothers. He's on the Western team right now. Western Mexico. Yes, he is. So
that's good to hear. Jamal's doing that.
Yep.
Yeah. And I guess we've already talked about the guys, the other 7. How about that defensive line? I know we've talked about it a little bit. What's that group going to bring this year?
It was hard pulling Scotti because obviously Scotti was the man down on D line. Anyone that watches us, I mean, he's all district football player at the D line and definitely one of the best D linemen in the state. It's just we had that hole, so we thought he was the one kid that could move back to that linebacker and not miss a beat. But we have Chris, Dewey, and Rhett, and we have Santi, and we have Nebraska. Our D lines we're okay.
Well, you said you were rotating a lot. You guys are going like 6, 7 deep in there.
Because we're rotating one of them positions with our O line because we're that way we have a whole varsity O line coming back. At least 4 of the 5 are been starting since they're sophomores and been rotating, and so what we're doing, we're rotating one of those defensive positions. That way they stay fresh, and then also keeps our O line solid too. So we're pretty excited about watching. I tell you what, that Dewey looks pretty darn good on defense, and so does Santi and Nebraska. They're tough, and of course you got Rhett and Chris Moore and Rhett. Rhett's a man, and actually he was going to be here today. He had some other business he had to take care of, so I'll get him next week and get him out here on the radio.
Well, and Chris is another one who did some good things on the defensive line for you last year, right? Am I remembering that?
Yeah, he did. He's a different kind of he's a DN. He's a perfect DN because he's got such long arms, and he'll reach around and grab you. It's hard. I have a hard time running our outside sweeps to him. He's tough. It's almost like when, and I'm going to compare him to. It's like when I couldn't ever run toward my other son William. I could never run jet to him or stretch runs to him because he would just shut it down. And that's Chris. Chris has got that ability to be able to get on that edge because he's just so quick. He may not be the fastest, even though he's decent speed, but his quickness, his first 2 or 3 steps are really quick. And he had a harder time because he broke his arm. He went to church with us and playing basketball. I just thinking he could play basketball, I guess, and fell down. And I think Alex might have pushed him. I don't know, but he broke his darn arm, so he missed a lot of summer work. He's upper body work and stuff. So, but he got he's obviously got his release right coming into football. So thank the Lord on that. And so now he's just kind of do a little catch up.
That makes sense.
But no, he still looks really good. But
Scotti, seeing that group from the linebacking core, I mean, is that going to be a group that's certainly going to, I'm sure, help you out with the linebacking core and help the defense out? Yeah.
Oh yes, we're pretty quick and pretty big too, so it's going to be pretty tough getting past those linebackers.
All right. How good is this offense that you go up against every day? You think the Tigers got a great offense?
Oh yes. Yeah. With Kyle being considered one of the best quarterbacks in the state, it keeps us on our toes and keeps us disciplined in what we have to do. And so it really helps us out.
Do you feel like as defense you keep them on their toes?
Oh yeah.
That's what we want to hear. Alex, I mean, compare the difference. I mean, going up, obviously being a part of the defense and trying to stop the offense. I mean, you probably may be better than anybody that can kind of, give an idea of, how quality each side is. Do you feel like both sides are going to be really good going into the season?
Yes, sir. I think both sides have strengths and weaknesses. I think offense is, of course, going to be stellar because, I mean, we've had Coach Hooper coaching us for the last couple of years, same offense, same style, a lot of returners still. And then on the defensive side, I mean, we've got a new defense and stuff, but we're good. We fight through that and stuff. I mean, we just have a bunch of athletes anyway, so they can just get right into it and start playing it because they're just monsters and stuff. So I mean, both sides of the ball are very strong.
Yeah, it's going to be solid. And I mean, talk a little bit more about offense, and obviously we know Kyle, and we've spilled the secret a little bit with Jalen there, but we knew Alex was probably going to be your top wide receiver, maybe your top athlete going into the year.
He's one of the best athletes in the state of New Mexico, bar none. He reels. I say that there's 3 receivers in the state of New Mexico I think are the top dog in their position, and Alex is one of the 3. And I don't need to talk about the other 2 who I think are the best in the state, but Alex is definitely there. I mean, anyone that will come and watch Alex, he's special. That's all there is to it. I don't see anyone ever putting one person on him. If they do, then that's great for us. But even if you put 2 on him, I mean, telling you right now, Alex is good, and our other receivers, they're pretty darn good too. And so it's a lot of fun. It's not, we just don't have Alex. I mean, we have other receivers that are pretty darn potent too. Yeah, we have a little sophomore that I think is going to shock a lot of people. He's my next, he's my next guy, and he's going to be taking that leadership role big time next year, and that's Tom Turnbull. He's gotten a lot of reps all summer, and that's a kid that I've really had to coach hard on, and boy, have I seen him mature throughout this year. I'm expecting big things out of him. And then of course we have Hayes Hill on the other side, and he's a body type guy. He's a lot like Julian is. He's a big body, and you got to be on him. And even when people are grabbing him and hitting him in the back stuff, he'll catch footballs. And actually, I think he catches. In my opinion, I think he catches better in traffic. When he's getting hit and stuff, that's when he really catches the ball. It's like sometimes when he's wide open, I think he gets thinking, I'm scoring, I ain't getting hit or nothing. But yeah, he's going to be okay. And then we have a rotator too. We have some rotating kids in there, and of course we have
Jake and Alex.
Yeah,
in that group.
They're pretty potent, and I don't know. It's a lot of fun. And Kyle's enjoying it. he's really taken that. The kid knows the offense better than anyone, and it's amazing. Sometimes it's nice to see what he does and how he makes adjustments on stuff, and talks to me about what he wants to do, and it's just a lot of fun. I don't know. This is as fun as I've ever had right now. This group is, and we talked about the last time we were here, it's the tightest group I've ever. It's a special group of kids, that's for sure. And tomorrow, I'm excited to see what they could do against one of the best teams in the state, and so. We'll see.
What's the big thing you want them to
Coming
take away and you want to take out tomorrow?
That's a good. We're not winning the state championship tomorrow. Let's make that clear. We're not. And I said that last year when we were playing in Roswell. That's not what we're coming to do. I'm gonna have a bunch of plays scripted. We're not going out trying to we're gonna beat Las Cruces, because there ain't no such thing. It's a scrimmage. We're not. But do we want to go out there to compete? You're darn right. We want to go out there and compete and be the best at what we do. Every day we have got to improve. I don't want to be a team that says, hey, we are peaking at first, second, third game. I want to peak as district comes. I want to be the best we could possibly be right now, and then keep improving. That way we're to that state championship caliber. I don't want to say, oh, yeah, let's be sorry now so we can say we improved. I don't want that at all. But tomorrow's going to be a great test because, Cruces is loaded. There's no question about it. I would be shocked if they don't make at least the semis in 6A next year. And we're going to see. I think our O-line, we got a lot of confidence in a lot of positions. Their entire offensive line returns at their defensive line, but so do ours. So it's going to be fun to watch. I hope everyone comes out and gets out there and supports us tomorrow. And we're going to go at 4:00. The scrimmage starts at 4. What we're going to do, I can explain a little bit of the rules so people understand what we're going to do. We're going to drive. We're going to go from the 20. We're going to drive the field. We're going to do 15 plays. We will have refs there. But the first 15 plays, refs are going to call penalties, but we're not going to enforce them. And on the first 15 plays, and that's going to be our number ones. Then we're going to and then the Cruces will go with their number ones on offense. We'll start off on offense, and then we'll flip it, and then we're gonna mix in and shuffle in a little bit of number twos, and they're really not number twos, just different people. We're going to rotate in. I might make a few changes on quarterback and so on, and then we're going to do another 15. Okay. And then our final 15 with the group we started with. Now we're going to have the refs call penalties and they'll enforce them, and we'll do that again. Then we're going to finish up with 5 plays from the 5 and work a little goal line stuff, and that's really going to be about it. But you're talking 40-some plays right there. That's a lot of plays, and some of them kids will even get more because that second group, they're just going to be playing a different position. So they're really not that they're number 2 people. It's just that they're going to be playing a different position. Maybe their second favorite position. Does that?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah,
I don't know how to explain that.
Give them time and experience at
another
position.
That is correct. And so, and that's what we're going to do tomorrow. We don't get to do special teams. Don't get a kick, so you don't get to see money. By the way, and, nationally ranked money.
Yeah,
and you won't be able to see him kick tomorrow, but you'll see him soon enough on that one. So.
Yeah, I've had his dad's been nice enough to shoot me some emails and update me on some of the things that are going on there.
Yeah, he's a pretty special young man.
It's pretty exciting. He gets to go to those camps and enjoy.
Oh
those
man,
kind of
and
things.
that's
what's cool.
And represent. Boy, yeah. He's pretty good. It's pretty amazing to watch. It's so natural. Some kids are just natural. It's so natural to them. It's like riding a bike for us. It's so easy to them. So,
and worth pointing out, he's a freshman this year, right?
That's right. He's going to be a freshman, and So, and of course, he plays soccer. He's on the varsity squat soccer team too. So.
All right, that's what we like to hear. Scotti, what are you hoping to take out of tomorrow's scrimmage? What's the big thing for you?
Just to find out where pretty much my weaknesses are and just keep on growing from the scrimmage onto district onto the playoffs.
And hit somebody other than your teammate.
Oh, yes.
Alex, how about you? I mean, what are you looking for from tomorrow?
I'm looking forward to the experience for a lot of your younger guys, and then for people who haven't necessarily played up there in bigger games. I think it's much needed. I think it's a good thing for us to find our weaknesses so we can figure stuff out and get ahead and, be ready for actual games.
Yeah. Something I do want to mention before we it's not it was kind of a non-football thing. It looked like the Stuff the Bus promotion was a great success, and it seemed like you had a lot of guys out there, cheerleaders, a lot of other athletes. Right. It turned out really, really well, didn't it?
Yes, it did. We break it up in our 2-hour blocks, our boys, and they all showed up, and we live in an amazing community. I'm telling you, Alamogordo is a great community, and when you see in that bus plumb full, everyone going in would bring out a bag of stuff, and it was amazing, and money. You know, we had one gentleman come up and donate $200 to Kyle to take it down and put it in a little thing. You know, and for stuff the bus, and they get these guys money too. You know, I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to. It's I don't know. United Way does a lot of great things for our community, and it's definitely needed. And then we got a few other things I want to mention.
Okay.
Next Thursday, all my football parents, they need to know we're going to do our mandatory NMEA meeting on Thursday at 6:30 in the cafeteria. I'll get out letters, but Friday we're going to do our media day, and we're going to do our team pictures that day. We're going to have everyone. It's going to be fun if people want to come out. We're it's just going to be a fun place. We're going to all be on our game uniforms. I'm going to try to get all the parents in all the sports. I'm hoping they'll come out and we'll get one huge family picture of either their band, their whoever their athlete is, our club person is, and get them with their parents, and hopefully in all black. That's what we're shooting for, all black out there, and get them all in there and get one big picture in the bleachers. I think that'll be pretty special for the Tiger family, and this will be the first time we've done it. I mean, obviously I think we'll keep improving and building off it, but that's going to be next Friday, and I think 6:30 is the time we're going to get that going. We'll start pictures obviously earlier, but yeah, I think
from what I understand, it was 4:30 to 7. But
that is right.
Okay.
That is right. But I think we wanted all the parents to make sure they're there, because I think we're going to do that big picture about 6:30, and then we're going to do blackout. We're going to do a blackout, so they have a black shirt, and if not, we'll have our booster clubs has our Tiger. They'll have our Tiger football shirts in, if they need those too. And anyway, it's always helpful to have right there. So
all right, very good, Scotti, Alex, appreciate you guys coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming, Coach, as always. And
I want to thank you.
We'll look forward to talking to you again soon, and we'll look forward to the scrimmage tomorrow night, 4 o'clock at Tiger Stadium. Everybody get out there.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, thank you a bunch.
All right, thanks, Coach.